Hi friends, Rebecca here. I am coming to you from summer in the Rocky Mountains. I am up in Nederland, Colorado, which is a little mountain town, only 20 minutes drive up a canyon from Boulder. And I am in a very blessed and very appreciative space right now. And my reflection for this week's blog, is I'm wondering if you appreciate what you have. And I want to reflect on 3 things around appreciating what we have. One is actually, if we don't appreciate, why is that? Number 2 is, why might it be a good idea to appreciate what we do have? And 3 is how. How can we actually appreciate what we have if we are currently not necessarily appreciating what we have? So one is, if we don't appreciate what we have, which is very, very often the case, why is that? And my reflection around that is actually the best explanation I've ever heard around that is the explanation of that we actually humans are wired to focus on the problem, to focus on what's wrong. And it comes from the time when we were hunter-gatherers and we needed to, the men were out hunting and the women were back at home taking care of the house and the children and the pets. And we had to focus on what was wrong and what might be the problem so we would survive. So it was actually a survival mechanism. So we have that still in us, but at this moment in time, we don't really need it, but we still do. So I noticed, I was telling Braden a couple of days ago, that we are in this gorgeous, gorgeous house, and it's just stunning. We feel so blessed and grateful most of the time, but there has been a handful of little details, little small tiny details that I keep like nagging at or kind of complaining about a little bit. And some of those is, we have a river, a gorgeous, gorgeous river that's going out one side of the house. And it's raging. It's really loud right now because there's a lot of water. It has snowed double the average amount here this past year. So there's a lot of snow still on the peaks of the mountains, and it keeps melting, and the river is raging. So it's really loud. So I've been noticing myself saying, "Oh, the river is really loud. It's hard to fall asleep." Or, you know, we have this 2 stunning dogs that are very nice and well behaved. You might hear them here during this blog. But anyways, and I noticed myself complaining about, oh, they keep me up at night, or they want to get out really early, so we have to walk them. And little things like, oh, there's not really an office space in this house, so it's not good for doing work. Or what other things? Little things like, oh, the dogs are dirty and get smelly after they jump in the reservoir that's just a couple of minutes walk from here. Anyway, they're really minor things, but they're a little like complaining, like, oh, if we could change that, everything would be fine. There you go. Little dog action. Shh, Sky! Anyway, so number 2 that I want to share with you is actually why it might be a good idea to make an effort. Because sometimes it requires a little effort to start appreciating things. And this, I feel, is like a big secret, actually, that I've really experienced for myself, and I've heard it through other mentors. And it's actually like tied into my blog last week. My blog last week was around, do you ask for what you want? So this week around, do you appreciate what you have? Actually, the big secret is that when we do appreciate what we have, we actually get what we want. So through appreciating what we have in this very moment, and what we have been offered, what we have been given, what we have the blessing to be living, that's the way that we actually can receive what we want, if we ask for it, that is. So that is a very good reason why we want to actually start making an effort to notice what we enjoy and what we appreciate about our situation and our environment. So number 3 is how do we appreciate things? If we've noticed that we are a person who most of the time maybe complains, and that ties into my blog from 2 weeks ago, which was titled, Do You Complain or Do You Appreciate? So if you notice that you most of the time complain and not so much appreciate, you want to do something about that. And you want to start shifting that. And the two best ways that I know that have worked for me to shift from being a person who mostly complains most of the time to being a person who appreciates most of the time are two. One I shared at the end of my last blog, but I'll just mention it briefly here too. It's actually start a gratefulness practice. So write down 5 things, or share with your partner, or share out loud with yourself 5 things that you're grateful for. And that's a little bit more of a formal practice, actually. Write down 5 exact things that you're grateful for that day. But you can also, as you're noticing yourself complaining or starting to complain about little things that are really not important, in that moment ask yourself what you're grateful for, what you appreciate. And you can do that with other people as well, friends or your partner, whoever it is. If you notice they start going down the complaining route, ask them what they enjoy about this moment and what they appreciate. And number 2 is meditation. So actually through having a meditation practice, we start being more grounded and feeling more spacious, and we start noticing little things and being more appreciative. So that is what I have for you today. I hope that is helpful, and I would love to hear from you what it is that you are appreciating right now. Please share with me 5 things that you appreciated about your day today so far. I would love to hear it. That would be wonderful. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.